heart of South Philly. Let's go see what the people have got to say. I'm ready to roll, baby.
Now listen here, Dutch. Mets and the Cowboys, they suck.
1, 2, 3, go Birds! Go Birds! What we got? 302BIRDS, United States. Go Birds! Oh my gosh, chat. Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions.
Your favorite Chicagoan. Go Phils.
As always, God bless. Go Birds.
Get your water ice and soft pretzels ready because you are now tuned into a 302BIRDS podcast experience. Proudly presented by TickPick, Knicks Pizza, El Diablo Burritos, and Klondike Kate's on the heart of Main Street. Let's take it to the show.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of 302BIRDS. Dalton Holland and KJ McCoy joining you guys on the microphone. I know it's a little bit earlier than our normal show time, but if you guys couldn't tell by KJ McCoy's jersey, Sixers got a playoff game tonight, right, Mac?
Yeah, let's go. It's not over. I know people are freaking out because it's one game, but the Sixers just came back from a 3-1 deficit, which we've never seen them do in franchise history, and against the Boston Celtics of all teams. So definitely, they were coming off a really crazy schedule. I mean, definitely they had to go to New York right away, pretty much. I mean, they were back in Philly to practice, and then they went straight to New York from Philly. So they were barely there. So they've had definitely a crazy schedule and barely any time for a break. Same as the Flyers.
Yeah, God bless them. God bless them both, because that's the way playoffs are, and they're both handling it really well. I think nobody expected either team to be in the playoffs at some point in the season, and they're both kicking ass and taking names. You know, they're both out of the first round for the Sixers. Some might say that's a miracle. I would definitely say that's a miracle. And then for the Flyers, they are operating on house money right now. They got nothing to lose. So really excited time. But let's go ahead and kick off the show with our first call-in. He might be calling in on the phone. If you guys want to call in on the phone, you're more than welcome. That number is 302-316-4848. The number will be live all show long. If not, you'll be able to call in after this call-in. But thank you to El Diablo Burritos, as always, for sponsoring our call-in segment.
What do I want when I'm in the state of Delaware? Of course, El Diablo Burritos. Customer service always is serving your food with a smile on their face, asking how your day is, but their food is phenomenal as well. Their burritos are out of this world, one of the best burritos in town. Their queso is phenomenal. Their burrito bowls are amazing as well. When you're in and around Delaware, stop by your local El Diablo Burritos and tell them that 302BIRDS sent you. God bless. Go Birds.
You are now listening to KJ's Court Sixers Talk, presented by the Sleeper app.
Welcome to the court, JJ. Bring it on. There he is. Welcome to the court. I can't hear you.
You're muted, JJ.
We're doing this again.
Yes.
KJ, how many times do you have to learn this lesson? Do not call me out unless you want to get your ass kicked. This has happened twice already. When are you ever going to learn?
I did not call you out. I didn't know you were coming on the show till
Not just you, but 302
I
in
didn't tell him
general.
until like 20 minutes ago.
I didn't know
You
until 20
keep
minutes.
calling
You
me
said
out.
twice. How many times has KJ kicked your ass is what I want to know. You say you've kicked his ass twice because you're keeping count. How many times has he kicked your ass?
Well, considering the fact that I'm a New York guy, he has never beaten one of my New York teams in the playoffs. Only the one that's not from New York, which is probably the only reason why Philly beats them. Philly cannot beat New York teams in the playoffs, and it's showing once again. We're playing on another level of basketball that I've never seen before. We're winning by 29, 51, and 39 in 3 straight games. And people want to say no Knicks fans. I got some bad news for you, unfortunately. over 65% of price of purchases on TickPick are from the New York, New Jersey area. You can try to block us out. We're still coming. In fact, we got shuttle buses headed to Philly on Friday night. We're coming in strong numbers
hear
again.
About that. I did not believe the whole thing when people were saying, "Oh, well, they're going to ban the Knicks fans from coming to the arena." That's not going to happen.
You guys tried this last time.
Yeah, no, it's just I will admit it. It doesn't happen. It does happen. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, it doesn't happen.
It's impossible. You're right. Nowadays with the third-party ticket sales,
you can just change your area code. It's easy to do that. People can easily do that.
That's also true. But remember, KJ, you do know how many Knicks fans live in Philly. A lot of them live in Philly. And from the South Jersey area, that's where a lot of the ticket prices are coming from. We have people that I know in buying large blocks of tickets in South Philly and selling them to New York Knicks fans. This fan base is the strongest fan base I've ever seen, period.
I don't really know too many Knicks fans in this area. I'll tell you that.
That's really fine.
There are some. I would say more this area would be either Sixers, Lakers. Sixers and Lakers pretty much. And then you got Heat fans. Actually, there's a good amount of Heat fans, which is weird. I don't know why, but
it's really odd.
Yeah, it's odd. It really is. So for the most part, though, the Knicks fans, they definitely, when they come to Philly, they definitely they take over. They definitely do, and it sucks because some of the Sixers fans just have given up, and they're just like, you know what, we'll just make some money. And shame on them for doing that. But I get it. They want to make money and whatever. But I will say this. There was a video that I actually showed Dalton recently, and I know that you might say sometimes that, okay, Philadelphia fans, you guys are scumbags. You guys are bad, like the way that we do things or whatever, or we attack other fan bases or whatever. I'm not saying you said that.
Let me stop you there. I know exactly what you're talking about. I do. I know exactly what he's talking about.
He didn't even finish his point. Let him finish his point.
But I know exactly what you're talking about. So finish your point, though. I'm listening.
People love to they love to look at us Philly fans under a microscope, and it's always a national news when we do something, and when one stupid guy does something. And for some reason, this is not news at all, and people are not spotlighting this at all. There was a Sixers fan outside of MSG after we got killed. We got
1/39. It was straight belt to ass as expected.
Hey, we just came back from having a crazy.
I don't want to hear the rest argument.
Shut up,
I don't want to hear the rest argument.
Didn't say anything about the refs. Did not say that.
I
said no. You guys kicked our butts. I get it. It was nothing but the refs. I'm talking about we just came back from a 3-1 deficit from the Boston Celtics and beat them at home.
You did.
And we did. And I'm saying we barely got any bit of a break. That's just how it works for us.
It is playoffs for you.
Yeah, it's the playoffs. But from what I saw, I don't know if you saw this video.
I probably did.
Of a Sixers fan
wearing a red Tyrese Maxey jersey. Yes, I've seen.
And the guy is not really responding. He's laughing, but he's
just walking away.
He's walking away. He's trying to get away from confrontation. Then all of a sudden, people are ripping his jersey. They're tugging it. They're going at him. And the guy's confused. He's trying to get away. There is one Knicks fan. I will say this. And shout out to that one guy who's able to make sure that the guy gets out of that crowd. Shout out to him. But it was a whole bunch of those guys. And usually that's the same kind of crowd that you see outside of the Knicks arena a lot. But what I was going to say is this. That happened with that. But then when the Knicks fans come to Philly, then if we chirp at them, then it's oh, that's typical Philadelphia, classless fans, yada yada. But it's you guys just did that, so it's aren't we kind of the peas the same pod if you think of it?
If you really look at it, here's what I can tell you right now: both New York fans and Philly fans, we're all all of us East Coasters, including Boston, because I saw what Celtics fans did to Sixers fans after Game 7. All three East Coasters, they don't call us the Triangle of Terror for nothing. We are the three worst fan bases in all of sports. No question about it. But here's the thing, and Matt brings up a pretty good point. I'm going to put this up in the in the stream. He's 100% right about this. Well, technically 99%, Matt. You're still not off the hook yet. It's a work in progress. Maybe in a decade or so you'll be off the hook. We didn't forget what you did. It's okay. You're atoning for your sins. It's okay. Things
He's
happen.
making up, JJ. I will say this for Matt Bear's sake. He's making up for it. He really is. And the amount of trash talk that he's been doing to me, Dalton, and other Sixers fans, he really is acting like a Knicks fan. And I don't
He's
think
trying.
I don't think he's going
He
back.
identifies as a Knicks fan now.
That is,
Yeah, because I told him not to talk shit. I said, leave it for the real Knicks fans this series. That's exactly what I told him. Listen, you can't just come back and expect to get all, like, being a Knicks fan is a rite of passage. I'll be honest, because I've been a Knicks fan going on my entire life. So about 20 years now.
Yeah.
I could go ahead and say that.
Right.
I know you bleed orange and blue. You're working on it, okay? And I appreciate you. You're atoning for your sins. You've basically been baptized at this point, with that being said. With orange and blue draining down you. I understand that. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost of Jalen Brunson. Nevertheless, that's besides the point.
Or the Holy Ghost of Latrell Sprewell.
Do not bring that name up, please. I love Latrell to death, but what he did is never forgotten. Then again, with that being said, he brings up a very good point. There are two types of Knicks fans. There are Knicks fans like myself, and then there are the Side Talk Knicks fans. And if you don't know who Side Talk New York is, if you guys remember back in 2021, after the Knicks had just beaten the Celtics in a double overtime thriller, it's the infamous Bing Bong, AKD. Tell me don't you regret not coming to the Knicks? That's where it all started, was that video. And ever since then, it's going up like crazy, because you see the videos of all these Knicks fans, win or lose, they're celebrating out the guard. They're chanting like, fuck Embiid, fuck Trae Young, we want Boston. If you look really closely,
soccer game out there. You guys, this is all you guys have to cling on to is playoff basketball games.
It is. I agree with you. But if you look really, really closely at the fans, you can see a very big sign that says the word Side Talk. Yeah, those are the people that are causing this. They trampled J.R. Smith the other night. That had me losing my mind.
I saw that. He even had a joint in his freaking hand, and they were freaking trampling him.
And somehow he did not drop the joint, which to me was the most impressive thing. JR's got superpowers like that. But no, it's not just him. But to be fair, that whole thing with the Sixers fan could have been avoidable. Yeah. I've sat where that guy was. If you were to go out a certain direction, you're going on 8th Avenue. He decided to walk all the way around to the front. To be fair, he did that to himself. But Knicks fans should not have acted the way we should. Also, after a 39-point win. Listen, we can talk all the smack that we want. I understand that. We're playing a level of basketball that is equivalent to the 92 Dream Team the way that we've been playing. But the big story, obviously, for tonight is no Joel Embiid. But if I'm being honest, I think the Sixers play better without him. Honestly, I do.
That brings up a really good point. That really does, because we've seen how we've seen how Joel has really been. He's been one of the catalysts recently.
He has.
For the Sixers. He definitely has. But people don't even realize this. There was a game that happened where the Sixers in that last series, they beat the Boston Celtics at the Garden, and there was no Embiid. That was one game. That was when VJ, who we have a guy on our show freaking named Dennis, who likes to say that VJ Edgecombe, which I think you could probably agree with me on this. This guy is probably on drugs, what he says about VJ Edgecombe. He says he should be a G League player.
What?
Yes. And I'm like, you were on crack or something. Like, what are you talking about? And every time
you want to make those cigarette jokes, that guy's definitely on Marlboros. Take them off of me, throw them onto him. He's the one doing Marlboros. Jesus
you know
Christ.
what? The cigarette jokes is done with you, JJ. You got the pass. You're done. It's him now. I'm gonna give him the crap now.
Thank you. It's about fucking time. 4 years too late. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know. I stopped for a while, so don't worry.
I'm aware, but go back to your point about VJ.
But Embiid, I think we've seen this team though really try and adjust. I mean, when Embiid's not there, you're able to see VJ and Tyrese really work their magic, where those two can really work off each other. You could see VJ really confident, great 3-point shooter. Tyrese Maxey getting to the hole. He's able to maneuver around defenders and everything like that. So that's a great thing. You also see Kelly Oubre, who's able to, I think he's one of the greater players in the league with the, what's it called? I'm trying to think of the, what's it called? The pick and roll. Really with the pick and roll, the way how he's setting himself up. Same with Embiid. But the way that Oubre was doing it last game was insane.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand that, but continue your point, because I'm about to debunk everything you're saying, but keep going with your point.
Yes. All right.
Keep going.
But I think with the Sixers, though, them not having Embiid tonight maybe could help them out. But at the same time, though, I mean, I don't know if I really trust Adem Bona in the playoffs. I don't trust him as a
He got 4 fouls. He got 4 fouls in 5 minutes last
I know,
game, even though everybody was out of the game. That is pretty funny to me.
Drummond, I'm okay with. Drummond, you know what? He's a great backup center. That's fine. But with it not having Embiid, it definitely could cause some havoc. But I think the Sixers, though, they've beaten you guys without Embiid at times. They've done it.
They have.
So
that's right.
We could maybe steal one game tonight. That would be great for us. But you guys could kill us. So it's like that's the main thing. But also, I think also the Sixers, though, right now, they have something to play for. I think Nick Nurse right now, he's got something to play for. He's got something to coach for right now. I mean, it's like condolences to his family and him. I mean,
that's another thing is Nick fans were very courteous and respectful to Nick Nurse when it came to this whole thing. Granted, there were even the useful bunch of idiots. Like there weren't not any of those. Like they were admitting to it. Now, granted, can I say the same about Joel Embiid's injury? No, the useful bunch of idiots came right back out of their caves. I'll admit that. But what you were saying about, so here's where I feel like things are a little bit different, because you say that like this could be a trap game or that we could kill you. I feel like it's going to be a mix of both tonight. I feel like down low, you're fucked. Because if you saw what Kat did to Onyeka Okongwu and to what he was doing to Joel Embiid, God forbid Andre Drummond tries to play at least 35 minutes tonight. Kat's going to have an absolute field day with him. And then you want to talk about Maxey and Edgecombe. I don't think they're going to shoot as bad as they did the other night, because the way that those two had a disgusting performance in game one. And since I bring up Joel Embiid, there should be a circle in hell reserved just for people who make fun of injuries. I agree, Matt.
Yeah,
but the big thing I want to talk about, especially when it comes to Joel Embiid, and listen, this is where I'm probably going to catch a lot of fire. Joel Embiid is the most unethical hooper I have ever seen in my life. He's not even trying to score. It's ridiculous. He literally lives at the foul line. It's insane. And I could say the same for SGA. I could say the same for James Harden. But I think Embiid does it the worst. You know it's bad when the Sixers have more free throws made than baskets, and they're the ones bitching about the officiating. That to me is just absolutely rich, especially from Joel Embiid saying, I didn't get to the free throw line as much as I wanted to. Maybe go ask Jalen Brunson. He knows a thing or two. But Embiid, you shot the most free throws in the game, and here you are complaining about the refs when you lost by 39. FYI, the Sixers had 17 more free throws than us.
Even ridiculous. As a Sixers fan, you can't complain about the refs when you do lose by 39. You just can't.
Like, more free throws.
I'm going to tell you this right now. Anybody that was complaining about that, like that makes no sense at all. They beat the brakes off us. Yes, we might have been tired from the Celtics series. Yes. But at the same time, though, you can't be losing like that and also making excuses the way that some of the Sixers fans have been
doing. You. And it's the playoffs. You have to remember that. It's also the playoffs.
I think this is going to be a competitive series. I mean, I really do. I think this is going to be competitive. Yes, you guys had the first jab at us, and I totally give that to you guys. But hopefully tonight we can bounce back. That would be nice. We'll see. It might be a closer game. If you guys do get a game from us tonight, I mean, at MSG, that's fine. I do like our chances back at home, kind of refreshing a little bit. But at the same time,
is it really a home game, though?
Yeah,
is it really a home game, though?
It's true, though. I feel like the problem is, like, we got to get those people that are there. They got to step up. I unfortunately can't go to the game on Friday. I'm celebrating. It's unfortunately, it's like half and half because I'm celebrating a bachelor party for my one buddy. So
that's awesome.
And so doing that in Atlantic City. So I'll be watching the game at one of the sports books. So we'll be
One of the sports books.
Yeah, so that'd
Love
be pretty
to
cool.
see that. The big thing that I do want to bring up is this is the Sixers game to win because they've literally got nothing to lose anymore. Also, for some awkward and stupid reason, the Knicks cannot win 2 games in a row at the Garden. I don't know what it is. They just can't do it. And it's really aggravating. It happened with the Pistons. It happened with Indiana. It happened with Atlanta. It almost happened with Philly last time. But that's when Dante DiVincenzo hit the 3 that is the most recent double bang from Mike Breen. Then again, the Sixers, I don't know if you saw the Sixers announcers that night. They were talking about the post game already, how what a way to steal a win from Madison Square Garden and then give up 8 unanswered. I've been saying if the Sixers can't win, I think the series is over rather quickly. Yeah, but I would not be shocked if the Knicks did drop 1 or 2 games in Philly. Because the way I have it is this. I think we win tonight. I think you win game 3 on Friday. We win Sunday. You win game 5. We close it out in game 6. I always say Knicks in 6 because I don't think we're good enough to beat a team in 5. I also don't think we are going to sweep a team. We haven't swept the team since like the 90s, I'm pretty sure. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
With that being said. But it's going to be, hopefully we're able to keep taking care of business. Because like I said, we're playing on another level right now. I mean, not every game Jalen Brunson's going to drop as many points as he did in the second quarter, which, by the way, you guys absolutely have to guard the 3 or you're finished.
Oh, no, I know.
You cannot let our guys get going early. I mean, our wings are absolutely going mental right now. Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, they've been absolutely balling, and that's exactly what the Knicks need. Okay, Chris, that's enough out of you. They've been absolutely balling, and to me, the best part about that is they're all former Villanova players. That's the best part. Brunson, Bridges, and Hart all played for Villanova. Knicks fans are worth 6 fans always tells you I'm 183 when I'm 173. No Knicks fan ever brings up championships because we haven't won one in 53 fucking years. Would the city burn down if we won one this year? Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I'd be helping tear it down. Yeah. Oh my God. They'd be getting the National Guard on us, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
But there is still a huge up there. They took out Embiid again, stop letting every team get away with it. But I do feel like that Embiid was being a little dramatic when he said like he had the apectomy injury. I mean, he literally it's an ankle injury, so people are just making up excuses. But I feel like when it comes down to it, everybody wants to make excuses just because we're the Knicks. Like they're going to say, let's say the Sixers win tonight. They're going to be like, oh, here come the Sixers. They win on Friday. They're probably going to win the series. That's exactly what's about the Hawks. What happened then? We beat them by 16. We beat them by 29. And we beat them by 50-1. Which, by the way, that was the greatest basketball game I've ever seen. What was going through your head when the Knicks went up 72-22 against the Hawks?
I thought it was fake when I saw the score on my phone. I thought it was fake. I was like, there's some kind of freaking like glitch or something like that. Then I saw it, you guys went off on them, and I was like, oh my God.
And the best part is I was live streaming that game. I couldn't do the second half because I was laughing so hard. My eyes would have popped out of my head. The league went up to 61 for Christ's sake. No, that's how bad it got.
No, that was nuts.
In Atlanta, of all places. It was so bad that the Falcons super fan got taken out by Jalen Brunson, and that he basically was going for the Knicks the rest of the way. It's unbelievable how that happened. But with all that being said, if the Sixers do win tonight, we do have ourselves a series, but I'm confident that the Knicks are going to get the job done. You guys have to control our fast break play. You guys have not done anything on the fast break at all. You have to stop relying on free throws to get the job done because it did not work in game 1. It's probably not going to happen tonight. You don't got Scott Foster tonight who's going to call a foul every 10 seconds.
Yeah.
We do got Tony Brothers, though, and Tony Brothers is a wild card, as we all know. So we're either going to be getting no fouls or fouls every possession. But 7 o'clock tonight, I'll be live on YouTube. It's going to be a fun one, and hopefully we can go up 2 games tonight. I'm expecting blood tonight.
We'll see. Hopefully Sixers Nation, KJ McCoy reigns victorious. But thank you to JJ Seglio from Empire Sports Media for joining us.
Anytime.
Best of luck to you, man. We'll see you soon.
Thanks. Go fuck yourself. Have a nice day.
Go fuck yourself too, motherfucker.
Fuck yourself.
Love that kid. But we talked a little bit of Sixers. I let them handle that. Let's talk about the Phils. turning the tide. This team was doomed as doomed gets. I mean, they were laying down dead in the dirt. But the Don, speaking of the Italians, the Don era is here. And, the past week specifically for the Phillies, they have really changed the way that they're playing baseball. Last night, my favorite part about the game, Bryce Harper didn't even know he hit the second home run. Like, they all thought it was in the dude's glove if you watch the replay. And, Bryce is he thought the guy caught it. And then he looks up and sees that the dude didn't catch it. And he just ends up running around the bases. And he's like, all right, home run. 2 home runs for Bryce Harper. Really nice to see him step it up. Really nice to see this whole Phillies organization respond. I mean, it's weird how this team and this city specifically responds to a firing. I don't know. It's weird to me.
Well, it is very weird because there has been multiple responses from Bryce Harper, really directed towards the Thompson firing. If you haven't seen, he has multiple times he has already said, well, we were waiting for something to happen we were waiting for something to happen, maybe something with a change in the lineup or maybe Thompson getting fired. He literally said it like that. And him saying that twice shows that there was something going down. You already saw the whole Castellanos thing, how they didn't get along and whatever. And yes, Castellanos needed to go. That was the main thing. But I think what they did this offseason with getting Don Mattingly as your bench coach, this was pretty much insurance for the Phillies, because if the players weren't really going to play for Thompson, like we saw they weren't playing for him recently, they even said it as well, then they have, once they fired Thompson, they have Don Mattingly. Maybe that doesn't mean that Don Mattingly is going to be the manager of the future. It might be the guy from the from the Red Sox, and maybe he's the next guy later. But I don't know. Cora, whatever his name is, Alex Cora. Maybe he's a guy. But we already offered him, and he declined it for right now. But I think honestly, what they were trying to do was they maybe thought this could be a possibility. Maybe they thought they screwed up a little bit by re-signing Thompson. And if they did, and they already had a little bit of a problem, they had some insurance by going back, by firing Thompson. And they have a guy who's experienced, who is respected by MLB players and baseball fans all around, in Don Mattingly. So definitely, I think that's the main thing with that. But yeah, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I know that they got the A's again. Yesterday was great. They won, I think it was 9-1, or they won 9-0. I'm trying to think. I think you're muted, Dalt. Dalt, you're muted.
Sorry. Yeah, you're right. Yesterday, the offense, I believe they won 9-1. The offense looked great. The pitching looked great. They looked like a complete baseball team last night. And I feel like that's what a lot of us Phillies fans have just been waiting for, is like a complete game, a complete team, just top to bottom, give us the team that we want. And I really think that Don Mattingly, at least at the moment, has this Phillies team in tip-top shape. They respect him. They like the change of scenery. I think they respond to it. Yeah. And look, it's not easy being a coach, right? All respect to Philly Rob, but being that leader of any organization in the MLB is no easy job. And, to do the same thing for any time, for even 2 seasons, your message is going to get stale. So I salute Rob for doing it as long as he did. But at the end of the day, it just feels like this team responds a little bit differently to the Don. And it's kind of what they needed. They needed to turn the page. Philly Rob, I think, wasn't serious enough at times. He was too nonchalant, which was good at times too. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes you want a manager that's not going to overreact, but sometimes you do want a manager that's going to overreact a little bit. Like, look at the way Nick Sirianni reacts to shit. Okay. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it definitely gets the team's attention every time. Like when Nick Sirianni reacts to something, we're all like, oh, okay. He's yelling at a ref. He's doing this, he's doing that. With Philly Rob, I only ever saw Philly Rob get in somebody's face once. And, it took a lot to get him there. So we'll see what happens with the Phils. Definitely an exciting time to be a fan. But let's talk about this, too. So this is actually something that I got to give a huge shout out to Fly Eagles Fly on Instagram, EAGULS posted. They added us as a collab, and I thought this was really interesting. And it's basically a graphic that talks about how Joe Burrow and Jalen Hurts are closer than people think. When you look at the stats, I mean, they line up pretty close. I'm trying to pull it up now. My Wi-Fi is being weird. But, I mean, in my opinion, I've always thought that Jalen Hurts was better than Joe Burrow. I think that this is a no-brainer. I think that Jalen Hurts is better than Joe Burrow. I think that Jalen Hurts is better than Josh Allen. I think that Jalen Hurts is better than Lamar. Like, he's that dude. He is. So I really think that this should stop being a debate, and this should just be something that people acknowledge. Yeah, there's no stats with it, but even looking at Herbert, Super Bowl appearances, you got 2 compared to 0. Super Bowl MVPs, 1-0. Like, I'm worried about winning. That's where Jalen stacks up against all these guys. Burrow's at least been in the Super Bowl, but he didn't get the job done. I will say, out of Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and Justin Herbert, the closest out of all those guys to Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes, I would say is Joe Burrow, because he's the only one out of those guys that have been in a Super Bowl. Josh Allen can't say the same for himself. But to me, no-brainer all day. I would take Jalen Hurts over Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow might have a little bit better of an arm, but also Joe Burrow is injury prone. What do you got?
Yeah, I'd probably take Jalen over. I would take Jalen over any quarterback, to be honest. But I'm not saying he's better than a bunch of quarterbacks, but he's just a quarterback that I want. I want him for the future. Like, that's the main thing. Like, I believe in him. I mean, but would I put him in like the top 10? He's close. I'd probably put him at 7, to be honest. I think he's probably at 7. But I mean, the thing is, because I think of last season, what exactly happened. Don't get me wrong, though, he does win, and Jalen Hurts probably my favorite player of all time. But I think he still needs to, even though he did prove it with winning a Super Bowl, I think he still needs to prove it statistically, stat-wise. That's the main thing for me. But I definitely think this year, though, is a pinpoint year to see if the Eagles do give him the contract that I think he deserves, or if they decide, okay, we're not extending your contract, we might go with another guy. So we might see. I mean, we got to see what happens, and I think that definitely. I think Jalen is over Burrow. Burrow also is unfortunately injury prone. That's just how it is. But yeah, that's what I think. And yeah, I'm not going to respond to the comment that Chris just put. So,
we can say about the Cooper DeJean and Cowboys cheerleader relationship is how we'll word it. Yeah, I mean, I think it's uncalled for. I think it's not a good look on Coop. I'll say, look, do what you want off the field. I'll never tell another man.
I think he's frozen. You there, Dalton?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. You good? All right, we're going to wait for Dalton to come back. There he is, I think. Yep. Yeah, he's off. Okay. All right. So for right now, yes, but the whole thing with Coop, I mean, it's just definitely risky. I didn't think you could actually do that. I mean, I thought it was against NFL rules, but I guess you can. I mean, I guess since it's a different team, it's not like it's an Eagles cheerleader. So, but it's a gutsy move. It's a gutsy move by Cooper DeJean for sure. It definitely is. We will wait for Dalt to show up in about a couple seconds. He'll probably be back in just a couple seconds. But we will be talking about, I believe, I mean, really, yes, we've been talking about the Sixers. Yes, we've been talking about the Phillies and the Eagles right now. But I mean, the other team that is making a lot of noise right now, and even though they're down 2-0, and that is the Philadelphia Flyers. The Flyers, their next game is tomorrow night. It's back in Philly. They lost 2 games to the Carolina Hurricanes. The Hurricanes are no joke. They're a really great team. You got to give it to them. The Flyers also came off of not really too much of a break. I mean, they had a 48-hour break, to be honest. So then they were pretty much right back on the plane, and they went right down to Carolina. Carolina is a great team. They've shown it in the past. They're aggressive with shooting the puck. They have some great defensemen as well, and they're just experienced. We, on the other hand, are not really experienced, but we have talent. And I think that overtime loss was really tough. It was, but we showed that we can still fight, though. We showed that we can still compete with this team, which is somewhat, I mean, I know some people are like, oh, we're cooked and everything like that. You're going to get Owen Tippett back. Owen Tippett's coming back. So I think having him, that's going to be better for them. But some players, I think they lost Cates. Cates is hurt. That's not good. But I think the Flyers, though, putting up a fight like they did, I think in Philly, I think this tide will switch. And I think the Flyers can get a game tomorrow. I think so. I think they could get a win. Game 3, I think that's what happens. So I think game 3 tomorrow, they will get it done, I think. Even if it's an overtime win, I mean, that would be electric. But I think the Flyers are going to put up more of a fight. Because definitely they already did in game 2.
Yeah. Sorry about my connection. I had to turn on and off my computer. But yeah, I think it's going to be a great game. Like, I think the next 2 games, starting tomorrow, I think I could see the Flyers winning the nail. Saturday is going to be crazy. That atmosphere is going to be unlike anything I think we've ever seen before. Tomorrow, too, because the Flyers they're playing with house money, but it reminds me so much of 2022 with the Phillies, where it's like, cool, if we lose, nobody really cares because we weren't supposed to be here in the first place. But if we win, oh my God, we're going to go crazy. Like, this city's going to go nuts. So it is a must win, but at the same time, it's not a must win because, they already are going further than they were supposed to. But I would love to see the Flyers go on a run. Like, at least make it. If they could make it to the Cup, I can't tell you how much that would do for this city, how much this would do for these fans. Yes, I know 2 players are injured right now. Jesse, you make a good point. But anything can happen in hockey. And I know our team is beat up. It's been a long season, but you got to keep in mind, if we're beat up and it's been a long season, every other team is dealing with the same thing. So maybe we try and figure out ways to capitalize on the players that are beat up on their team. And if they have to bring up some rookies or younger players like that, where can we attack? So it'll be exciting. But talking now a little bit about Uar Bernard. This dude never played a snap of football, ever, until the other day. He played his first practice with the Eagles, participated in his first practice, I should say. A Nigerian, which is cool because Adim Bona is Nigerian too. So you see their interaction before the basketball game. But this dude, he seems like a hardworking, upbeat, happy-go-lucky guy that's just excited for the opportunity. And when you look at him, Eagles fans, if I could describe this guy to you, he's like Julio Jones as a defensive tackle. He's something ridiculous, like 6% body fat. And if you look at his tangible, he's like 6'4" or something, 300 pounds, 6% body fat. Dude's a freak of nature. So if they can give him a little bit of technique and a little bit of form, he's going to become dangerous quick. And it's almost sometimes when you don't know what you're doing that you can succeed the most. Like, look at Jordan Mailata. He never played football before, and he's an all-pro now. So it's really cool to see how the Eagles have kind of used this international player program to their benefit, and they really seem to have a good knack for these guys on who's going to come out and be a good player. Because even though some of these guys don't grow up around the NFL, it doesn't mean that some of them aren't athletes and can't learn how to play football and contribute to an NFL team. So I'm very excited to see this guy play, and I think that this was a great draft pick by the Eagles. How'd you feel about it, KJ?
I'm happy about this because he's actually not the first Nigerian NFL player. If you actually look back at it, not Cleveland, a Kansas City Chief player by the name of I think it's Christian Okoye. Yeah, Okoye.
Yeah.
He was known as
Fullback.
the Nigerian Nightmare. I always heard stories about him, but he, I believe, did not play football either. And he was a great running back. Great story that he had as well. But we've seen the great stories like this of these guys that we've been able to develop who never played football. They never had a snap in football. It's very possible. Yes, he's not an offensive lineman. You don't have Stoutland to really guide him like how Stoutland guided Mulata. But I think, though, the organization knows what is at stake and they know what right direction they can put Bernard in. I really do think they can get him in the right direction. I'm excited for him to get a shot with this team. He has the athleticism. I mean, you saw the way he runs, the way he jumps. He has the athleticism. He also, I think he played basketball as well a little bit. So he's got some athleticism. I saw some videos of him dunking the ball, his aggressiveness. And if he can transition that, if he could transfer that aggressiveness he had in basketball to football, we've seen that happen before. We've seen this with Tony Gonzalez. He was a basketball player at Cal. We saw this with Antonio Gates. He was a basketball player at Kent State. We saw this, I think, even DeAndre Hopkins, he was a basketball, I think also was both. But there are guys who were basketball players and then they got recruited then they got drafted as NFL players and they became great players. So I think with Bernard, he's got a shot. He definitely has a shot and we're all rooting for him. I mean, he's now a proud follower, a proud followeree or whatever you want to call it, of 302 Birds. So we appreciate his follow, and we're glad that he likes our content, and definitely we're going to be rooting for him for sure. And he's got our back. So, yeah. So good luck, Bernard. We're excited for you, and sky's the limit, man. Just keep on working hard and prove those doubters wrong, and just be you, man. Be you.
Well said. Yeah, as long as he's himself, which is that freak of nature athlete, and he's a hard worker, which we all know he is, he's going to be okay.
He can figure it out. He can definitely figure it out. I think he's going to get the hang of it. I really do. And I think his body frame is very suitable for the NFL. And I think he'll be able to produce. I think so. So I'm excited to see what he's got, and definitely going to be rooting for him. So we got your back, Bernard. We got your back.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah. Welcome to Philly. We're excited to see you. That's pretty much all we got topics-wise for you guys. I think that's a good place to end it, just because the Sixers game tips off here in 3 minutes. If you guys couldn't hear, KJ, you guys can see, has got his jersey ready. Lola's snorting in the background. She's ready to go watch the game. So I think that is our sign to call
Hopefully
it.
she'll be waking up by a good play.
Yeah. Before we end it, I do want to hit this Balboa Steaks knockout punch intro. Thank you to Balboa Steaks for partnering with us, continuing partnering with us. We love working with you guys. The best steaks in Delaware, the king of Delaware steaks. Maybe I'll give you guys a knockout take about the Sixers game tonight before we end. Maybe KJ will too.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The final word, the boldest take, the mic drop moment that hits harder than a Rocky's right hook. This is the Knockout Punch, powered by Balboa Steaks, the undefeated king of Delaware steaks. Bold takes, big bites. Let's swing.
All right, my knockout take on the Knockout Punch, powered by Balboa Steaks, the king of Delaware steaks, best cheesesteaks in Delaware. Get out there if you guys haven't. I'm going to say that Tyrese Maxey drops 40 tonight. I'm going to say that he drops 40. I don't know if the Sixers will win. I think that they will, but I could see them losing this game and then doing the same thing that I think the Flyers are going to do. Drop the first 2 away, win the next 2 at home, like repeatedly. But I do think that this is going to be a game where Tyrese Maxey goes off and puts the team on his back with Embiid being out. He's the next man up. What do you think?
I think we see VJ and Tyrese combine for another crazy stat. I think we see them both combine for, I'm going to say, them together. I'm not going to say which one's getting more points, but I'm going to say both of them are going to combine for 63 points.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think both of them are going to have a really great game. Pretty much that could mean that Tyrese scores 40 something points, and then that means that VJ scores the rest. But I think they're going to score something crazy together. I mean, that duo being able to space the way that they can, if they can do what they did in I think it was game 3 I think it was game 2 in Boston, if I'm not mistaken, where they took a game from Boston and they obviously they lost 2 after that, and they were able to go on the run and they beat them. So yeah, I think those guys are going to have a great game tonight. Also, I think that Andre Drummond will have a couple 3-pointers. He's been pretty good from 3-point range this year, which is surprising. It's the most of his career. So look out for him having a pretty stellar game in the absence of Joel Embiid. So, and I think the Sixers, they're going to keep it close. I do, however, think they are going to lose this one. Unfortunately, they are going to lose. They are going to drop this one tonight. But then I do think when they come back to Philly on Friday, I think they get it done. So that's what I think. I was thinking maybe they would win tonight, but now I'm kind of leaning towards I think the Knicks will get it.
It's tough to go to MSG.
I hope we're wrong. I mean, I hope I'm wrong about the prediction that they're going to win, that they're going to lose.
Yeah. Let's go Sixers. Speak of the devil at 7 o'clock, which means it's time for tip-off. As always, God bless. Go Sixers. Go Flyers. Go Phillies. Go Birds. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of 302 Birds with KJ McCoy and Dalton Holland. I really can't thank you guys enough for your support, and we will see you guys next week, hopefully to still break down Sixers and Flyers playoffs. Peace.